it's time to see who has a heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your fight. Now go out there and take it.
You never heard of the Sultan of SWAT? The Titan of Terror. Colossus of Clout? The King of Crash, man. Oh, yeah, the Great Bambino. I thought you said the Great Bambi. That wimpy deer?
Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. Don't go away. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is next. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Daily and Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daily and Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daily and Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
When it comes to the Wi-Fi in your home, are you in control? Manage your Wi-Fi with the ATC Control app. ATC can help you get the best Wi-Fi experience. Prioritize your laptop while you work from home, or prioritize your streaming devices to enjoy your favorite shows. Ready for a better Wi-Fi experience? Visit ATC's website at www.ardmore.net to download the free ATC Control app today. Certain equipment and/or services may be required. ATC is an equal opportunity employer and provider.
When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with a Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is Dan Clemens boys basketball coach Francis Sullivan, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And good Saturday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We're live here at the Applebee's restaurant here on the corner of 72 and 65. Along beside my producer extraordinaire, Tim Lambert, I am Jay Vassar, along beside the talent as well, Todd the Bod. Morning, guys. Morning, Todd. How you doing?
All right, buddy. How are y'all?
Good. Looking forward to a great show. We got a packed show. Looks like Tim's got us a lot of guests to talk to, so we better get this thing rolling before we get behind. Look for us on Facebook at Applebee's Tailgate Talk and on Instagram or X at Tailgate Talk AL. Visit us online at tailgatetalk.net to get scores and archives of past shows. And you can also vote on this week's Athlete of the Week poll. Enter nomination for future polls as well. And find the links to our to download the PAS Plus app for your Android or iOS devices. Follow us, Tailgate Talk Podcast, on iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, iHeart, and other popular platforms. Hear us on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus. Call or text us during the show at 256-812-1TGT. That's 256-812-1848. All our callers and guests come via the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. And our special guest segment is sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofing. So join us here this morning. We're here at Applebee's. The boys and girls from East Limestone soccer teams are having a pancake breakfast, Todd. We've had we've been up here to plenty of them.
Oh, yeah.
And eat plenty of pancakes. But joining us now is Caitee Carr and Danny McConnell, boys and girls coaches at East Limestone. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we were talking off air about soccer season getting ready to be ramped up, and couldn't come at a better time, could it, coaches?
Freezing.
Nice and cold weather and
a little bit of snow, a little bit of ice.
Yeah, why not?
Perfect.
You know what? Maybe it'll knock the ice off the back of the netting after y'all score a goal.
There you go.
It's crazy. So, I mean, talking about that, before we get into your rosters and all that stuff, I mean, how do you prepare? Like, there's only so much you can do in the gym inside, when it comes to soccer. Mm-hmm. So how do y'all prepare, prior to?
I mean, a lot of it is getting them out in the weather. And, I mean, like when I played, we were out rain or shine all year long. If it was thundering, that was the only reason we were inside. So it sucks for the kids sometimes. But, I mean, the more that they get used to it, the longer that they're in extreme weather, the regular days are going to be easier for them. So just exposure.
Yeah, and because it's not going to be any warmer when the season starts, so they might as well get acclimated to it right now.
That's right.
No doubt. Well, what are y'all looking forward to this season? Either one, jump in.
I think the thing I'm looking forward to, probably two things the most, is one, having our team be a little bit older this year. Last year, the year before last year, we had graduated like 8-9 seniors. It was a huge transition. It was my first year as varsity coach. And then this year, we've got a lot more comfortability under our belt. I'm more comfortable. The girls are more comfortable with me. All of the babies that we had last year matured. I mean, to see the growth from even this past summer to now is extraordinary. So seeing them in a more comfortable role, and then our schedule this year is a lot more competitive. We're playing a lot harder games, and I know the kids probably don't love that sometimes, but I think it's the best thing for us and to challenge ourselves to get ready for the harder games.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what prepares you for down the road. Mm-hmm. You might take a few losses along the way, hopefully not, but even if so, that's
lessons learned.
Yeah, I mean, the competition is only going to get better and better, especially when it comes playoff time. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I believe in strong schedules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it helps towards the push for that state.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Get that big blue.
Always the goal.
I would say the most thing I'm looking forward to is just getting back and competing. We lost 4 or 5 very competitive seniors and a couple transfers out. So watching the young guys try to come up and compete for those spots, it's always fun to watch, especially those ones that I've got kids this age now, so you kind of grow up with them from just early on, and watching them turn into 7th and 8th graders, we're kind of just learning the whole game, and then to where you're actually competing for a varsity spot. That's it's fun to watch. Fun to watch the growth, the maturity, and see it turn into something.
And I've seen your boys play at the rec, so I've seen them grow up real quick.
Exactly. Yeah. And now my oldest is now a 10th grader. He'll be competing for a starting spot on the varsity team. So it's fun.
It is, and so. Like we said, cold weather. It's soccer and baseball weather too, but soccer as well. You get out there sweating. You don't care if it's cold. The boys and girls are having fun. But talking about who's in your area, how y'all playing, like your area or region, however they call it.
Yeah, so our area drastically changed this year. We went from having 6 total teams in our area to just having 3. So It's us, Westminster, and Ardmore. Still, the top 2 teams move on to playoffs, but it has drastically reduced the amount of mandatory games we had to play, which leans for us being able to schedule a wider variety of different teams, which has been really nice.
Yeah, no doubt. You get to see a lot of different looks, maybe play some 6A, 7A, whatever.
Absolutely.
And maybe work in some of the more traditional rivalries if we have any around. So
definitely,
that's good. No doubt.
Good to keep that Ardmore rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Ardmore's always a fun one. Yep.
It's not no rivalry till they beat them. Ardmore's not beating them, so that's not a rivalry.
Joined by Coach Clint Lay.
Yeah, that's right. Just want to say, man, girls and boys soccer, when I was out there a long time, it's always been a big deal at East. And it's good. It's real good. I've got good support. And the boys are really good, and the girls are really good, so you better be really good. Several of those girls that went away, and the guys too, to go away and play soccer in college.
And
it's a good.
Speaking of which, Calhoun just announced that they're offering, starting next season or the season
this fall,
this fall. So that's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, especially for y'all's kids. So,
huge.
Do you think that might entice maybe a few more that are walking hallways that may or not wanted to play? Like, hey, I don't, that might play club soccer or something. Oh, it's not sure anybody that plays club soccer is on y'all's teams, right? Surely y'all don't have anybody playing club walking hallways, right?
We hope we don't. If they're playing club soccer, they better be out there on our field.
Okay, I would hope so.
Yeah.
But I thought that's a big deal for this whole area.
Yeah,
no doubt.
It's an incredible opportunity. the closest other community college that has a soccer program is like hour and a half, 2 hours away, I think. And yeah, so to see and have that opportunity for not only our kids but all of the local kids in the area to give them that first step into college soccer. And I'm pretty sure the NCAA rule is that junior colleges don't count for eligibility anymore.
No, they don't.
Yeah, so that's a huge plus.
That's even better.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You still got that 4 years of Division I if you can make it to that level. So that's a great point.
Absolutely. And Calhoun's a great school.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and there's no reason for them not to have soccer.
They should have them all. I agree.
Yeah. So that was a big announcement. I was glad to see it for all y'all.
And they're gonna have women's flag football too.
Yeah. Yep.
So that'll help, especially high schools that have flag football.
Yeah, we got to get one at East. I've seen all the posts like Westminster and I think Hazel Green also has a team, and they've been super competitive. So we got to get one.
And that's the thing about some of those sports, that are just starting up, like esports back in the day or whatever. You got to have other teams to compete against. You might have a team, but if there's not anybody out there to play, then what do you do? But other than drive 3 hours, I guess, to the next flag football team or whatever it may be. But
in small schools where you have to share athletes,
yep.
Here's where this is bad.
Yep.
Flag football, you'll take girls off the volleyball court, and I know at East Limestone, you don't want to do that. So I know in the same way everywhere else. My girls would love to play flag football.
Especially
their mama's a volleyball coach.
Well, speaking of kids coming out for different sports, did y'all have plenty of a great turnout on both sides, boys and girls?
Boys specifically, I know this is actually the first year, maybe in history, that East Limestone had enough. We fielded our first middle school boys team.
Oh, wow! Awesome.
So we were able to field a full varsity, JV, and middle school team. So yes, it was a very good turnout. We were very impressed.
That's awesome.
Yep, that's what you got to have, numbers.
Yes,
just them even run a good practice.
Right.
You got to have a.
It's hard to have to turn away 7th and 8th graders just because they're not quite to the physical fitness level of a JV older kid, but still keep them in the program, let them see what it turns into. It'll help out the program in the long run. And
it'll give them that playing experience too, which will be super helpful for y'all later down the road.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, Tim, how we're doing?
We're doing okay.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I'm doing my multitasking.
Hey, I want to ask you this: Is Coach Cav's son still there? Or is he graduated?
So the oldest, Cav Davis, he was a senior last year. He graduated. He's now a freshman down at Troy University. The youngest one, Davis, is a 10th grader.
Still.
So he's been playing varsity soccer since his 8th grade year. So this is his 3rd.
I see a lot of these little dudes walking around that were 6th graders and I left.
Yeah.
Now they got the cool hair to look good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Makes you feel old, don't it?
No.
Yeah,
it makes me feel like, what am I doing?
Expecting big things from Davis this year. So,
awesome.
So the season gets kicked off February?
Yeah, right about, I think it's February 11th, February 12th. I don't have it in front of me. We have our team. We have one regular season game, and then we go down to Birmingham. We're in a Lakeshore tournament, the Valentine's Day weekend. So all the wives and moms are really excited about spending Valentine's Day watching cold weather soccer, but it'll be fun.
They can warm up and hold hands under a blanket.
Exactly.
There we go.
Exactly.
Get
them a hotel room and everything.
But I know in the county here it's grass football fields, but y'all play a lot of turf fields as well?
It's kind of hit or miss. Again, most of our county teams, locally we play on, share fields with the football field. So depending on that, other than Athens, most of our other teams are grass. But once you get into Huntsville and Decatur and some of those fields, we do play. Good number of games.
And that helps washing clothes, too.
It helps all the way around. It does.
Except those turf balls and everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Digging them out of the cleats and stuff.
Now, do the players have any difficult transition from one to the other? By now, they've all probably played on turf enough where it's not that big a deal, but it's got to be awkward, initially when you haven't been on it maybe 6 months.
Yeah, definitely. Personally, I never liked playing on AstroTurf. The ball just bounces different. It was a different game for me, but I think maybe that might have been because I didn't play that much on it. So, but yeah, it's a different game. The ball rolls smoother, obviously, on AstroTurf versus, county grass. So, yeah.
You don't have to worry you hit that clump of weeds or whatever that might be in the middle of the field.
That's right.
But I don't know. I mean, do you feel like it? Not that it takes anything away, but it's different, right?
It's a different game for sure. And if you play in any hot weather too, I think it's like 10, 15 degrees hotter than you play on turf.
Absolutely.
So that definitely makes a difference too. And then when I played, I slide tackled all the time. So just the danger of the scrapes and bruises is there.
All right. I knew I liked it.
Yeah. Instead of getting a strawberry, you get a rug burn.
Exactly.
or whatever. Same thing. I guess pretty much. But we'll talk about some of your players. Who you going to be looking at to kind of get you where you want to go?
Yeah, so from at least our seniors' perspective, we just voted on captains last week. So our 3 captains are Sierra James, she's a senior. Madison Heatherly is a senior. She's actually coming back from breaking her leg last season. She broke her leg playing Hazel Green really early in the season last year, so she lost a lot of that. But she's come back. She's not afraid of anything. She's still going hard on tackles. She played some club ball this fall, so she's looking great. She's our outside mid. And then Sarah Blackburn, who is a sophomore, who's one of our captains as well. She's been with varsity since she was in 8th grade. She's an incredible talent. She will be playing our attacking center mid role, really looking to distribute the ball up top. Our back line, that was the group of very tiny babies last season that have matured and grown. Maddie May in the center back, she's at a college ID camp this weekend, so she's stepping up there. Emery Stotts, another one of our center backs. Our step-in keeper this year, Dara Justice, she's a transfer. She went to East back when she was in 7th grade, moved up north, and then came back down here. So we're lucky to have her for her last year. But I mean, incredible talent all the way around. I'm so excited, and I told the girls even during preseason, everything feels different this year in such an incredibly good way.
That's awesome.
Everyone's focused, everyone's determined. When we go out and do fitness and sprints, they hate it, but
they're working hard.
They never stop. They constantly.
That's what it takes. I mean, if you're gasping for air running up down the pitch or whatever, it's not. Yeah, you're not gonna make it.
Every time
That's
they look
why
at
I never would have dreamed of playing it. No way. Too much running.
You as well, Danny. Who's your top?
Yeah, so we're returning senior Gavin Higginbotham. He was our leading goal scorer last year, so I'm expecting big things out of him. He's just an amazing all-around athlete. And then Gavin Serrano, he's going to be a junior this year. He really controls the middle. When he turns it on, he's a game changer. And then kind of similar to the girls team, we have a lot of young people, so we were probably going to start more 10th graders than any other grade, and then we'll have 9th graders on the team as well. So kind of watching some of those young ones, the 10th graders, like you mentioned, Davis Kavner, who, when you look at him, he doesn't look like a young kid. He's got the mama's height. So
his daddy's 5'3".
Yeah, he's already bigger than me. He's probably
that's awesome.
6'1", 6'2", and he can fly. So he's a big game changer. And then our midfielders, my son Andrew, hopefully he can step in and play a big role. Logan Caney. We've just got people everywhere. Carter Hollis will be our starting goalie. He's been starting goalie since his 8th grade year.
Wow.
So he's going into his sophomore year. He's got tons of talent. So, and then there's just a handful of kids we're looking to see compete to kind of fill out the rest of those roles.
Yeah. About how many games are on y'all's schedules?
20 plus
roughly.
With tournaments and stuff. So fully packed.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a busy schedule.
I guess weather permitting.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, at least soccer, y'all, unless it's just a lightning, I mean, y'all are out there in the rain and obviously 20 degrees and everything else in between.
It's not always fun for the spectators, but games go on.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good deal. What's the field look like right now? I've driven by, but I haven't driven to the field. Does it?
Beautiful.
Does a great job with the game field. We don't touch it much in the off season for good reason, but it's in really good shape.
It looks gorgeous.
Good for y'all. Good for y'all.
And y'all play on the football field?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
That's what I thought.
And I tell you, I've driven by there many a time. Games are going on, and y'all get some pretty good crowds. Y'all really do. I mean, it's some good turnouts.
It
That's
really
awesome
is.
to see.
It really is. It's fun.
It's got to make it great for the kids too. I mean, they put in all this effort and work, and they don't want to play in front of, Aunt Sally and Grandma and Grandpa, and that's it. I mean, they want Mom and Dad.
Yep.
I think it was the Athens game last year that got pretty super popular, and a lot of people showed up and very vocal amongst all the fans. So It's always fun.
That's because Athens stinks.
No comment.
Y'all can't say it. No. I love my Athens friends.
Well, she kept saying super, 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 and I'm like, super what? I was afraid of what I was going to do. Because I know how it gets with Athens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun.
Not only soccer, football and basketball.
Yeah.
So.
No doubt.
Well, Todd mentioned turnout. Looked like you had a good turnout for your pancake breakfast, too.
Ton, yeah. Last year, it was during the week that fully freezed over down here, so we had to cancel last year. So I think everybody was excited to get back into it. I think they said they sold over like 400-something tickets.
Nice.
So, yeah, it'll be a huge, awesome thing because this supports our booster club, and they do a ton of player interaction and like after practice hangouts for the teams. We're looking to go to an HCFC match as a whole program this year, so everything that we make here will go to that, concessions and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
It's good stuff, man. Easy money doing these pancakes. I don't know why more people don't do it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, and I'll let you guys have it. You know, when NIL does come to high school, I think East Limestone is set up to have a great NIL with Tabs Market, Mark Zerbel, all those guys, multimillionaires, Pat Preston, Brian Wagner.
Yeah, we
should have no problem.
Mike Kavner.
Mike Kavner, musician.
Yeah.
Pulling all that money, man. But, man, hey, listen, I know y'all going to have – y'all don't need good luck, but best of luck to y'all. And dominate that 5A soccer. I hope you do.
Thank you so much.
Well, Katie, Danny, appreciate it. Good luck. I know we'll talk to y'all during the season, but y'all have a safe year, healthy kids, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys
Caitee
having us
Carr
on.
and Danny McConnell, the boys and girls soccer coaches at East Limestone. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on the Big 1080 and the PAS Plus app.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus, and hear it in crystal clear quality. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back. P4 Therapy is an outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
Bring a little caffeination inspiration to your next event with Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens. Turn up the heat in these cooler months with their signature products, including a full coffee menu, white chocolate mocha, lattes, frappes, energy drinks, lemonades, and teas. Travelin' Tom's serves events of any size, concerts, neighborhood block parties, high school football games, you name it. Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens is sure to make any event a little sweeter. Visit Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens on Facebook or call them at 434-1734. Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens.
What is community? I'm First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Elena Warden from West Limestone High School. And to me, community is supporting those who connect us. First National Bank proudly supports our neighbors, businesses, schools, and organizations to make Limestone County a great place to live and work. First National Bank, making communities great, member FDIC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured. Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action Sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clemens sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
Hey, this is Jim Bunch, former offensive tackle for the Crimson Tide, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. And as I said earlier, joined here beside me is my producer extraordinary, Tim Lambert. Todd Talent, the Bod, and Coach Clint Legg. I am Jay Vassar, and we had to talk to Danny and them. They had to get out of here and get home and get some stuff done, so I forgot to give us the rundown. So joining us today on the show is the new James Clemens football coach, Juan Johnson, and Candace Byrd will be joining us as well. James Clemens wrestling coach, Kevin Pecor, will join us, as well as Clay Coleman and AP Steadham. I guess AP's probably in Atlanta getting ready for the game Monday night, probably at media days.
Probably hanging out with the big wigs.
What game Monday night?
Some piece of junk. There's only, dude. I mean, do y'all even care? Honestly, like I hate Ohio State Notre Dame as bad as I hate Auburn. You know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know who to pull for.
I'm not. I can't.
I don't want Notre Dame to win.
If there's either way, either both of them can lose. I mean, let's just face it: $20.5 million NIL budget. Yeah. If Ohio State doesn't win, that's ridiculous.
Does he get fired?
I would, but I'm a
no
jerk.
way they fired.
No, I don't think they done made too big of a run for him to get fired.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Football playoffs today.
This afternoon tonight.
Houston, Kansas City.
I sure hope Houston gives them something.
I do too, man. I do too.
I think Washington's got something for Detroit.
Man.
Washington looks good.
What? Has that not been a turnaround?
I'm telling you.
That has been, Justin Fields, he's got to give, 80% of that turnaround to him.
Jaden Daniels.
What'd I say?
Justin Fields.
One of
Same
them.
thing.
I started to say that would have been a turnaround.
I'm going to say it.
He went backwards. Jaden's going forwards.
I read something the other day where they're still trying to get it changed back. I will never say anything about them until they go back to being the Washington Redskins.
I did see where they're trying to change it back.
And they're going to renovate RFK, and they're going to go back and play there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's why they need to be, right?
Yeah.
Then, but I don't know, man. Detroit's made it all year, losing 15, 16 guys on defense. I sure hope they do it.
Yeah, and I love Detroit. I do too.
I love Dan Campbell.
I do too.
And another thing that's coming down the road, they're eliminating, I think, one or two preseason games, adding an 18th game. The Super Bowl is going to be the Sunday before President's Day, where everybody don't have to go to work the next day.
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
Except for
except for those
Jay,
who have to.
Yeah, you guys don't forget county tournament starts Monday.
Yep.
At Elkmont,
new and old and new gym.
Yep.
Middle school games will be in the old gym. I ain't been in there in years.
I went in there for a practice. I don't know, about 2 months ago. It's different. And best recollection, I might be dreaming this. I don't even think one side has bleachers anymore.
I don't think so.
That'd be correct. There's one side of bleachers in Elkmont.
That's the way it is in the old gym at Clemens, right?
That sure is.
Okay.
And then the new one's newly renovated with new bleachers.
Oh, so those are new bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why they came all the way out. I went to a game the other night, and they come. Like if you're in the front row,
yeah, you're out on the floor.
You're on the floor.
Oh wow!
Like somebody going to get their popcorn. People were like, the referee was having to, the referee's looking behind them at the action.
Wow.
And the people walking through with their, getting seats or whatever weren't necessarily paying attention at times. We were in like the third row. I was like, man, these bleachers are too close to the court. They're just like at East Limestone back in the day. You'd be sitting.
I remember that.
Your foot.
I started to say you barely had enough room to put you. Sometimes you might have had to turn you
sideways.
Sideways.
You had to turn in sideways. You sure did.
About getting a running start and pushing the bleachers in.
Yeah. Good old days.
So let's toss it over producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert for our
scores and more.
Alrighty, and I had to call or text about this first score here because I didn't believe what I was seeing on Dragonfly. ABS varsity boys beat Waterloo 11-5.
No way.
What?
I thought, what is going on? So I texted Coach Chumley. I said, is this the right score? And he said, yeah, Waterloo held the ball for 28 of the 32 minutes.
Amazing.
And I was like,
when did they get Jack Doss for coach?
I don't know, but I told him, I said, that sounds like some of the scores, some of those scores that ABS used to do back in the early to mid 70s. They used to freeze the ball too and have scores like that. But
only more reason to have a shot clock.
Well, and he said they knew they weren't going to match up that well because I guess their best player was out. Waterloo's best player was out. So I said, well, at least they can say they only lost by 6. So
I guess. I mean, I'm all for winning a basketball game, but man, at the same time, you want to put on the kids will A, want to play basketball, not keep away, and B, fans.
Imagine being a referee.
And that's what he said too. He said, just let them play. And it was their senior night at Waterloo too. So
oh wow!
I thought, well, that was a nice one there.
Yeah, really.
But and the ABS varsity girls won 58-47, so that's more of a believable score there. East Limestone boys beat Priceville 70-49. The Lady Indians lost 68-50. Muscle Shoals swept varsity games with Athens, 56-47 in the boys' game, 54-32 in the girls' matchup. Lindsay Lane boys beat Brindley Mountain 47-45. And then the Lady Lions also won their game 49-35. Elkmont boys beat Clemens 66-52, but the Lady Colts won 70-41. And the Austin boys beat James Clemens 82-50 in their game. And so coming up next week, I'm looking at doing the show from Elkmont. That's going to be the championship day of the county tournament there. So as long as I can get me a good signal going out of the gym there, then we'll try to.
You might want to take a.
I'm going to try to see if I can hop on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
there
we go. There we go.
Awesome, buddy.
Yeah.
And we're looking at doing the championship games, the varsity championship games too there later on that night. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to go ahead and do it here. Our athlete of the week, congratulations to Brantley Stinson of East Limestone. He gets a gift card from the Athens Applebee's here and a Tailgate Talk T-shirt. And then our Howl with the Havoc winners, Casey Potter, Hunter Rowland, and Davidson Crooks. They all get 2 tickets to see the Huntsville Havoc coming up sometime this season. So there you go. Scores and more brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
UAH basketball, they had 3 players that are up for it's called the Bevo Francis Award, and it's equivalent to the Heisman for Division II, Division III, NAIA, USCAA, Division I, II, NCCA, Division I, II. Tommy Murray is up for that.
That's awesome.
So,
congratulations.
So, good luck to him. And UAH has won like 15, 16 games in a row.
Oh, yeah, they're killing it.
They're rolling.
They're killing it.
They play this afternoon. So, going to take a quick break. We'll be back. You listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on the Big 1080 and the PAS Plus app.
If your place on the water needs some attention, call BP Riverworks. Boathouses, docks, seawalls, and repairs. Call Baron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks. Licensed and insured, 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Are you getting the propane service you deserve? At Ferguson LP Gas in Ardmore, you always get the most value for your dollar, professional gas personnel who make safety a high priority, and you can always get in touch with them any day of the year at any time. They accept Visa and MasterCard too. So if you're not happy with your present propane supplier, join the many who have made the switch. Give Ferguson LP Gas in Ardmore a call at 256-423-3320. Now on a platform near you, the only year-round weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Wreakin' Havoc Podcast. News, interviews, and more. Dropping every Thursday, we'll just reek of the Huntsville Havoc. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and listen, follow, and subscribe on your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app and online at reekinhavoc.com.
This is Shelby Davis, head football coach at West Limestone High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's, and joining us here on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great, is the new head football coach at James Clemens High School, Coach Juan Johnson. Coach, first of all, welcome to the Tennessee Valley. Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, and glad to have you with us. And congratulations.
Thank you so much. Excited to be a part of the community and really get going. It's been a tremendous adventure the last few weeks, but everything's going to work out well.
I bet it's been a whirlwind for you.
I imagine, yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I said the last 12 months of my life has kind of been, this time last year I was still the office coordinator here at Charleston. So.
Okay, well, I was trying to figure out where you came from before you went to Baker. So, this like you said, about a year has just been crazy from one big job to another. And I tell you what, you couldn't be coming into a better community.
No, awesome community.
Awesome community, fan support's through the roof. We were talking off air, one thing that and I'm, just from being around, in the state, the North has struggled come playoff time with all the Southern teams, which where you're coming from. What's it going to take, you think? And I'm not trying to put the horse before the cart or anything, but the cart before the horse. But what are we going to do to get that swapped up where the North can start winning some of these playoff games?
One of the biggest things, when I got here to Baker, they had not won a playoff game in 40 years.
Wow.
They kind of had a similar setup that the North had. Region 1 and Region 4. Obviously, with me coaching in Birmingham there in Region 3, it was always like, we kind of beat our chest that we were better than the other parts of the state. Region 2 and Region 3 were. So when I came to Baker, one of the things that I kind of instituted, we really just didn't talk about the other parts of the state. And I always just talked about control what you can control. We get to control us every single day. And we'll have that same mindset at James Clemens. We can't control what Hoover does, what Trussville does, or Thompson, or Central, or Auburn, or Opelika, or even the schools here in Mobile. We get to control James Clemens, and we get to build James Clemens to be as high as we can. And once we get that opportunity, then everything kind of controls itself. Again, you get to play those teams one time a year, know, in the grand scheme of things, and that's one day out of 365. So if you just kind of worry about them, you kind of get in this, twofold situation where, we are chasing them. We kind of understand that, but in order to make us better, we got to work on ourselves.
Yep.
And I think that's one of the first things a coach learns to say to the media whenever they ask him.
But it's the truth. I know. You can't only control what's in front of you, and so obviously, you'll do that. Are you bringing anybody with you? Have you even had those discussions with current staff at James Clemens or at Baker, or is it too early?
We had a few discussions. It's kind of a little bit too early, to be honest. We've got to kind of see, obviously, the teaching situations there and what guys choose to do their own staff. They've had a tremendous staff there under Coach McGee. And again, they've done some tremendous things. Obviously, last season was, not exactly what they wanted after I kind of met with them. But they've got some tremendous coaches there at James Clemens, and obviously the hope is just to enhance what we do. Yeah. And obviously we get the opportunity to kind of bring in guys that are very familiar with what I do. I'm gonna definitely jump on that opportunity.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about your offensive and defensive philosophies. Like you like to go offensively. Obviously, is it spread offense, or like what do you like to do?
I'm a spread multiple guy. I bounce between 10 and 20 personnel without subbing. You're going to see a very high tempo offense that likes to shift, motion, get the ball out in space, and obviously we run the football. Anything kind of about my past, a lot of people, once you go digging a little bit, you'll find out I was a running backs coach there at Trussville for 8 years, and we had 11 guys named All-State at the running back position in 8 years. So we had Armani Goodwin, who eventually signed with LSU. We had Grayson Cash, who signed with UAB. Elliot McElwain, Sean Jackson, who's at Auburn still. So I had some tremendous guys. Offensively there, it'll look similar to what we did at Trussville. I kind of picked it up and moved it south and went to Baker with it. So you'll see a version of that, I'm sure, at James Clemens.
Yeah, well, James Clemens had their problems with Hewitt Trustville.
Yeah, they did.
A little bit.
Yeah, one of the funniest games we had. I mean, there was a few years ago. I don't know. I think it might have been the 19th season. I don't know what year. I mean, they got after us. They jumped up on us 21-0, and we kind of had to come back there and kind of win the game. We were the 4th seed, and they were the 1 seed. But it was one of those things where, again, you get back into the Region 3 versus Region 4 and Huntsville beating Birmingham thing, and we kind of felt like there that we had a better team. But at the end of the day, it just kind of worked out in our favor.
Good deal. What are you looking? What about as far as moving? I mean, not Alabama's still Alabama, but the weather is a little different up here than what you're certainly used to.
Well, they're getting snow down there.
Well, that's true. You're gonna get a little taste of it this weekend.
Yeah, probably the snow will be new. I mean, it snowed in Birmingham a few years ago. You know, when we were there. That was probably one of the things my daughter she was like, Dad, we'll get snow again. So, you know, they're kind of excited about it. I mean, being here on the coast and in the beach, I mean, the humidity is it is what it is in the summertime, you know.
Yeah.
You kind of adapt, you get used to it. You get started a little bit earlier to try to avoid, you know, any heat issues, but at the same time, you got to put in the work.
Yeah. Now, Coach, are you from Alabama? Give us your background for those that don't know.
Well, I am from Brewton, Alabama, which is South Alabama. I played for Jamie Riggs, legendary Jamie Riggs. He's a Hall of Famer, won over 300 football games. I played in 2 state championships as a high school player in 2000. We beat Fayette County in the Class 4A state championship. As a freshman, we lost to Deschler. They had Michael Owens at the time, if I'm not mistaken, there. So that was kind of my background in high school. Played 4 sports in high school. I'm a multi-sport guy. My family is big into basketball. They all play at Troy and different places. My cousin last night actually got the court named after him at the old Robert E. Lee High School.
Okay.
He was the 2020 state champion there in basketball there. But I played collegiately at Tuskegee University under Rick Comedy. Once I graduated from there, I went on to Opp High School, which I actually got into coaching. One of my former high school coaches. The O-line coach, he kind of got me into it at Opp High School there in Jack Wiggum. Went over there for 3 years. Then I went to San Hope Elmore. I was trying to get out of it was one of those things, you're a small ball coach and, you want to coach on the highest level. 6A was the highest at that time. Went to San Hope Elmore. Got to be the DC there. I kind of cut my teeth on the defensive side of the ball. Played safety in college, which a lot of people like to talk about me being an offensive guy. I was a safety in college. But left there. Coach Riggs called me back home. Got a chance to go back to Brewton and be the offense coordinator at Chairman High School. When he retired, I went to Hewitt Trustville, spent 8 years there as a running back coach, director of football operations, run game coordinator. In the last 4 years, I was the offense coordinator there, and then got 1 year to kind of get my feet wet as the head coach at Baker, and here we are now.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
At James Clemens High School.
It's a great background. Great story. It really is.
Yeah, a lot of my impact is big. Just my high school coaches, they were big. Jamie Riggs, Dave Vernon, she was the head coach at Houston Academy. They recently just played in the state championship game. Coach Wiggum, the guy that hired me at Opp, he's on his staff at Houston Academy. There, they retired from public, went to private. They're still kind of kicking that and doing a tremendous job there. So I've been around some really good ball coaches that made a really big impact on my life.
Coach, I got a question for you, man. I think we all watched, if you watched the debacle of the Texas Longhorns, because they had an awful plan inside the 10, deep in the red zone. And I was just going to ask you, man, I know you coached at Hewitt Trustville. I hope you had a package where you bought Hunter Osborne in there in the inside the 5 and run that thing inside, or a big old guy.
Hey, we had some tremendous guys there. You bring up Hunter. Hunter was one of the first people to call me when I got the job at James Clemens. He was like, "Coach, you going to coach the Jets?" So, of course, he's up at Virginia now. And we had Justice Finkley, who was actually on the Texas roster. He just transferred recently to Kansas. So, I mean, we had some tremendous players. Obviously, you want to have a plan. And obviously, when you get in those situations, you want to be successful and you want to put your best foot forward. Unfortunately, things happen. That's the way I put it.
And I'm gonna say this too, man. I know you already know, but I really like the facilities there at James Clemens football wise. I think it's very nice. I think the stadium you get to go over and play in, even though it's not on campus, it's still a very nice venue to play in. Like these guys are saying, man, it's a lot of support. So it's a lot of turnaround allows you to have and hire some good dudes in there to coach football. And, man, there's a good feeder program down there at Liberty to bring you the dudes and everywhere else you need them from, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, when you think about feeder pattern programs, that's a big deal. Even youth league, I think one of the most successful things we had at Trussville was the rec league program, basically K through 6, did a tremendous job. I think in right there about 3rd or 4th grade, we started implementing what we call the system. We did these mini camps with them in March and April with guys that did not play other sports like baseball or did not run track. But we kind of spent an hour with them just kind of implementing the system. So I always tell people, I always thought that gave Birmingham a little bit of the advantage, if that makes sense, meaning that if they were running outside zone in 3rd grade, it's the same outside zone you run as a senior. And obviously, Coach Floyd's been there like 11 years. So the kids there now have only run one system. And obviously, he's been tremendous. Now, we got after him a little bit there in the first round. I mean, the ball's on the 1-yard line. They decided to go for it. We get a goal line stand to win it. That was really big for Baker. And outstanding for the coaches there that been, they've been really close for 4 years. I think the first 2 years they made the playoffs, they got blown out, and then they've kind of been scratching at it. And obviously we used it to our advantage this year and playing a team I was very familiar with.
Well, how exciting is that? I knew you had won 17-14. I didn't realize there's a goal line stand there at the end, man. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I had to see the video. I mean, it's a wild situation. Like it's a double overtime game. It's 7-7 going into it, and of course they get the ball first. They go score very first play. I go with my Wildcat quarterback, Juwan Springs, and he does a tremendous job. We basically run outside zone to the left, to the weak side. He runs in. So it's 7-7. We get the ball back. They kind of slow us up a little bit. They had no one ranked defense in Class 7A this year. So, I mean, we kicked the field goal. They decide to, they got it on the 1. They decide to go for it, which if you know anything about Josh Floyd, a few years ago, I think it was 2022, we had made the decision as a staff that if we went into double overtime or any overtime with Hoover, we were going to go for it. So in the back of my head, as soon as the ball got inside the 3, I knew they were going to go for it. There was no doubt in my mind they were going to kick that ball. They were going to put the ball in the hands of their best players and go for it. And we, again, goal line stand by my guys. Eric Scott, my DC here at Baker, did a tremendous job in preparation for that. The kids in which we had Zach Williams, Quintarius Robinson, Donovan Hudson, which Donovan and Quintarius they both signed with UNA, so they'll be very close. They're like, Coach, we're going to have to come over and check on you. So
that's awesome.
So we're excited. They get the goal line stand and the parents go wild. And I mean, it was a great situation for me to kind of walk into. We had a really good senior class that did a tremendous job, and they just kind of bought into the vision. We just went to work every single day.
So have you gotten to talk much with the Jets or potential Jets from next year?
I got to meet them on Tuesday. We had a little slight conversation, and Wednesday I actually got a chance to watch them work out. The kids at James Clemens work out hard. I mean, the block setup in which they have, it gives you 90 minutes or 90 plus minutes, and however you set up, it's going to be tremendous for me. I mean, I've been dealing on the period system. Well, we had 42 minutes to get it in, done, and get kids to the bus. I mean, the work ethic of the James Clemens Jets is definitely there from what I could tell with Coach McGee. We just want to enhance it. Obviously, we'll change some things a little bit offensively to see if we can, pump up the total number of points in which we score. But defensively, we want to be exactly what they've been. Probably the best thing that I tell people, and again, I know the 19 team there was really good, but the 16 team at James Clemens was outstanding. I mean, you go Monty Rice, LeBron Rice. Defensively, they had the best high school defense I've seen in my time coaching. If they don't split the school, Bob Jones High School is a state champion that year. I'll tell people that all the time because Bob Jones had the offense. James Clemens had the defense. If you put them back together, you got a state champion. We're probably talking about Huntsville football a little bit different now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's true.
Speaking of that, I guess they've already taught you to not really say Bob Jones, but the other school or whatever it is.
School across the road.
I'm going to have to get used to it. I mean, it's just I got to call the other school now. A school on the other side of town.
There we go.
I'll give them a different name. I mean, I've known Coach White for a lot of years, but it's like, one of those things, I'll get used to it. I know they got to – hopefully they'll get a chance to play a basketball game on Tuesday night and then get a chance to redo it on Friday. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, it'll be a big deal. That's cool.
Well, Coach Johnson, we appreciate you joining us, man. Good luck this season.
Yep.
Hey, you got some great media guys working. Tim here and it's Coach Johnson and Coach Kimbrough out there at James Clemens. They do a great job with the Wingman podcast.
Yeah, we got him coming on
and,
on the 30th.
Hey, Tim does a great job doing the games live for our app, and so glad you joined us. Good luck, man, and we're gonna talk to you more for sure. And safe travels back up here to Huntsville.
Yeah, be safe.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all so much.
Yes,
Go
sir.
Jets.
Yes, sir. That's Coach Juan Johnson, the new head football coach of the James Clemens Jets. We're going to take a quick break. You'll listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on the Big 1080 and the PAS Plus app.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk anywhere you go by downloading the PAS Plus app for your Android or iPhone. We'll be back with more after this. While others have come and gone, the Lion's Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lion's Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lion's Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook, The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
For screen printing, sign printing, banners, logo design, and more, look no further than That Shirt Printing Place. Located at 709 North Jefferson Street in Athens. Call 256-444-1827. That Shirt Printing Place. Visit them online at thatshirtprintingplacellc.com. Look for them on Facebook too. That Shirt Printing Place. 256-444-1927. That Shirt Printing Place.
He's got a push. Backed up three. And he got it! Three-pointer at the buzzer to win it! Unbelievable!
Join Play Action Sports for another season of Calhoun basketball. You can hear live action from men's and women's teams streamed on the PAS Plus app on your Alexa device by saying Open PAS Plus or online at pasplus.net. Check out the online archives on the website or on your favorite podcast platform too. And listen for select games on Sundays at noon on WKAC Radio. Calhoun basketball from PAS Plus.
Hi, this is Dan Loria, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
When you're born in this world, you're given a ticket to the freak show.
So you're a control freak?
It's just a freak show anyway.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, alongside producer extraordinary Tim Lambert, Todd the Talent, the Bod, and Coach Clint Legg. I am Jay Vassar, and joining us here on the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great, is our Huntsville Havoc hookup, Clay Freak Daddy Coleman. Clay, what's going on, brother?
Not much, my guys. How you doing?
Oh, man, we just chilling out here at Applebee's. Just got through with a pancake breakfast.
We didn't eat pancakes. We're saving it up to eat some Wildcat here in about 30, 40 minutes.
Oh, here we go.
No, listen. If we play like we did the other night, y'all will win by 30. So I know. I better pack a lunch because we won't be eating up the crackers.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, the SEC is going to be a situation where you're going to have the conference champion is going to be 10-6.
Yeah.
Just like football, going to get knocked out of the play.
It's unbelievable. It's like I told all my friends that are Bama fans when they were complaining about not getting in the playoff, and I said, I'm sorry, guys, but it's all the schools in the SEC's fault. You wanted this, now you got it. So you want the mega conference, you got the mega conference.
Yep.
Oh,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It'll be a fun game to watch, yo. I mean, but like,
Absolutely.
you look at.
I mean,
I was going to say, you look across the ticker.
It's a corrupt arena.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. So look, we got that on record. You save that thing. That's a soundbite right there.
It'll be on the
Kentucky
archive.
fan admitted it. But like you look at the ticker, and it's like number 1 Georgia against 23. Number 1 Auburn against 23 Georgia, or it's Ole Miss 21 against Mississippi State 15 or whatever. Everybody's ranked, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely. So it's going to be interesting to see. But like I said, I really think that they've talked about it, but I think the SEC will get 13 teams in, which will be a record. I mean, they're that good.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm looking forward to Nashville. That's
that's going to be the hardest ticket to get.
I know.
I mean, I'm glad we know people like Clay. He can hook us up.
All right. Well, imagine when they start hosting the SEC tournament in the Dome in Tennessee, and it will never be able to go.
That's true.
No, that's true.
Well, you might. Kentucky people. We don't.
Oh man, I have a really really weak thing called a 401 Clay. It's less than a 401k, and it's not as good.
Yeah.
Hey, big win last night in overtime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was an ugly one, but I mean, it was kind of. I always hate the phrase trap game.
Yeah.
But everything last night was set up for the Havoc to lose. You had Macon, who had just came off the 11-1 loss against Roanoke, and then the Havoc, had some guys that got called up. Two guys that got called up. They had Fisher that had to play D-man where he's normally offense, and that was hard. And then the goalie that Macon has was a player that, I don't know if you remember, but earlier in the year, the Havoc had cut him. So, I mean, you got to know that anytime you get somebody that gets slighted, it's always they're going to play the greatest game they've ever played in their life. But, I mean, and then in overtime, there was a goal. I still haven't gotten – Tim, I know you and I talked about it last night a little bit. I've never seen them review a goal in the SPHL, so I haven't gotten the actual reasoning behind it. But it had to be that the two teams agreed that if anything went to – the decision that they were okay going to the video, because they went to the video, called back a goal that after I saw the video, it wasn't a goal. They made the right call. But then later on, just a little less than a minute later, Buster hit a goal that clearly was a goal. And when I got in a little bit of trouble because when I announced the goal, some people heard it, some people didn't, but I said, no review needed.
I heard it.
Good for you. That's awesome. That's a great call, actually.
and whenever Kevin Stoltz was down there next to me too, and we both said that bounced off the crossbar. And the way the referees had been calling against the Havoc, I mean, I was wondering if they were even going to give Macon a penalty at all night last night.
Right.
And then the way they gave them that goal, I was like, okay, what's going on here? Because these referees are now giving us a point, which was clearly not one.
Yeah.
So it was, but it ended up.
Absolutely.
I told Tim, I don't know and as many games as you've seen, you would certainly know better. But 4 minutes is all they got penalty wise the whole night. A game that goes into overtime. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, sometimes you'll find, and officials in most sports, they'll sometimes officiate, sometimes to the moment. And in a sense, is an 11-1 game fun? Not at all. If you can keep a team in the game where it's close in front of a big crowd, it's definitely more exciting, but not for the home team per se.
Yeah.
But it felt like they kind of reffed the situation and made it more of an exciting game, but too close for me.
Yeah,
no doubt.
And play them again tonight, right?
Yeah, play again tonight. And like I said, tonight is the Melissa George night, which, I've been with the team for 19 years, and pretty much every year that the Melissa George has been going, it's been there, that I've been there. And it's just one of those things where I was talking to Nolan Kaiser last night about it, and they went to the NICU, and it was amazing to talk to him because, he has a baby girl now.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, so was your visit to the NICU different now that you've got a baby girl? And he was like 100%.
Yeah.
It'll change you, man.
Yeah. But it's now gotten to the point that and the cancer night and stuff that I hope we never lose the fact that there's still some urgency because, you see people now, you hear them, they get cancer And they're like, oh, yeah, you'll be fine. Where, 10 years ago, if you hear somebody got cancer, you just go ahead and say your goodbyes.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the NICU. I mean, you go up there and you see a baby that weighs 1 pound, that literally is the size of a soda can, and they're like, oh, man, yeah, this kid's going to do great. And you're like, oh, my God, like how?
Yeah.
So it's the technology, and the Havoc has been a portion of that. Every single, what they call the giraffe bed, which is basically on broken down terms is like an incubator that you would see like in a chicken coop to make the eggs. It's that kind of a machine, but it is a game changer. And every single giraffe bed that's inside the NICU at Huntsville Hospital was provided by donations and money from the Melissa George that came from the Havoc.
That's amazing.
So I mean, you really look at it from a hockey team. It's a hockey team, but really, we've been a non-profit to fund saving babies.
Yeah, well, yeah, and listen, it touches our family's hearts because my great nephew just got out of the NICU about a month ago. So, it's one of those things I've always donated to. Especially when you're at the game itself, or even outside of that. But until it touches you,
mine was in there twice. Once, both of them were in there, and just. Yep. You just wait till the day that they send them to Progressive,
yes.
and you're going home soon.
Yeah.
But wow, it takes a toll on you, and I tell Amy and Chris every time I see them, I appreciate them for what they've done, because
and they took a story that was not too many people, but I guess you hear a lot of these stories too. But when you lose a child, it's devastating. But to be able to turn it into something like this is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, they turn their child's tragedy, and losing it into the lives that they've saved throughout the years. And a lot of people would just stay under the covers and just, be sad or whatever. And because every time they have to talk about it, they're having to relive it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've had a good conversation. Ann Catherine now is at University of Alabama.
Yeah.
And she was the other twin.
Yeah.
And I kind of got her perspective, and I was like, has it ever bothered you at all or been weird that basically all this attention, everything's raised for your twin sister that didn't survive, but yet you are here because of the very thing at the NICU? And she said, no, yeah, that's absolutely my perspective. She goes, it's kind of a bittersweet. I'm happy that it helped me, but then also I'm sad that I didn't have it for my sister.
Yeah.
So it's a unique perspective, but you go up there right now, the NICU's full. They're having babies at the hospital, and like I said, you see some of these kids, and as you know, Jay, like as a parent, even if you hear that everything's going to be okay, it's still your baby, and you may only be there for 60 days, but it probably feels like 3 years of your life.
We were there. My oldest, we were there for 16, and my youngest, we were there for 10, and just having to make that travel every day. Some days I went to work and then have to go back up there and just see, him just laying there, and I can't do nothing about it. Sit there, just hope and pray.
And it's not just the preemies that go in there too. Mine, I had one in there too, and he was not premature, but there were some issues that he came. So.
Well, they do some good things like the donations. It doesn't have to be necessarily monetary. There's gift cards where a lot of these parents that'll be coming in. I talked to a family that they came into Huntsville Hospital, the NICU from the Shoals. And they were just some of the hockey players went over, and there was a dad. Everybody was talking to mom, but nobody was talking to the dad. And the hockey players got to talk to the dad. Then they gave them some gift cards, or they could go over and have some, as simple as Chick-fil-A or Starbucks. And it just, every little bit helps. It's a good cause. So that you don't have to give massive funds. A $25 gift card to a parent that's out of town could be, a good gesture.
Yeah. And I like, too, how they frame a jersey right there as you go in the entrance. The players autographed it and stuff. That's pretty neat cool. as well.
Oh, absolutely. Not to talk too long. I know probably time's close, but, mine several years ago, there's a kid, you can see him on Facebook now, Baby Reese Carroll. And, this kid's, doing motocross and all this stuff now. But I was there, and they bought my jersey. A person did for that family because they had zero money.
Oh, wow.
And then when I walked up to the NICU, they had my Freak Daddy jersey draped over top of the giraffe bed.
Wow.
And that hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, okay, this has gotten real for me. But you're right. Yeah, it's amazing all the stuff that it does. So
yeah, and I can tell you firsthand that the Havoc community is awesome.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Tim can attest to that.
Yeah, they can.
And that's awesome. The fan base is how great they are. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, buddy, we appreciate you joining us. Good luck with the boys and
absolutely.
And maybe one of our teams will win today. So.
Absolutely. Good luck to Bama, but go Cats. And then next week I'll be talking to y'all from Tampa, Florida. I'll be down in Tampa for the Blue-Gray game with T-Bone.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
Is that at Raymond James? Is that where it is?
Yes, at Raymond James on Monday, but we'll be down on Friday, and there's all kinds of cool stuff going on Saturday and Sunday. So, yeah, I'll keep you all updated, but I'll be live on location at beautiful Tampa, Florida. So
awesome.
Maybe it'll be warm for you, not snowing down there like it's going to be this week. So.
No, good Lord.
Not that far down.
All right, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great one.
No
We'll talk to you next week.
Appreciate it. All right, see you. Go Cats. Go Cats.
Go
Go Cats.
It's Clay Coleman joining us here on the Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We're going to take a quick break. You listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on the Big 1080 and the PAS Plus app.
When it comes to the Wi-Fi in your home, are you in control? Manage your Wi-Fi with the ATC Control app. ATC can help you get the best Wi-Fi experience. Prioritize your laptop while you work from home, or prioritize your streaming devices to enjoy your favorite shows. Ready for a better Wi-Fi experience? Visit ATC's website at www.ardmore.net to download the free ATC Control app today. Certain equipment and/or services may be required. ATC is an equal opportunity employer and provider.
What is community? I'm a First National Bank Student Advisory Board member, and I am alone from Tanner High School. And to me, community is supporting those who connect us. First National Bank proudly supports our neighbors, businesses, schools, and organizations that make Limestone County a great place to live and work. First National Bank, making communities great. Member FDIC.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Want to howl with the Havoc this season? Now's your chance from Tailgate Talk and the Huntsville Havoc. Just go to tailgatetalk.net and register your name. Then listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk this Saturday morning at 10 on WKAC Radio as we announce the winners of Huntsville Havoc tickets. Howl with the Havoc this season from the Huntsville Havoc and Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Hey, this is Clemens High School head coach Brick Pugh. You're listening to Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. And join us now on the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great. Our Hall of Famer, our Calhoun ladies basketball coach, Coach Candace Byrd. Candace, how are you this morning?
I'm great. How are y'all?
Oh, we're just living large and in charge, chilling out here at Applebee's. Waiting on this cold weather.
I know. It's on the way, right?
Man, what you talking about? First dealing with snow, now we got more bitterly cold weather. I'm just ready for summertime.
Hey, you and me both.
What's happening down there at Calhoun? How's the ladies doing?
Doing good. We just started conference play and trying to keep everybody healthy.
Yeah. So, I think, 11-7, 2-1 in the conference. Is that right? Sound about right?
That is right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who in the conference are you looking at, like, at the top, like who y'all got to get through to win it?
We're gonna have to get through Shelton.
Okay.
Shelton and Wallace.
Yeah.
But that's how it's been the last 2 years, since I've been there, having to get through those two teams.
And you got Shelton coming up Monday?
Monday, yes. We're headed to Tuscaloosa to play Shelton.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So that'll be interesting. I'm surprised y'all are playing on Monday, but that's good.
I know we're still, just watching the weather. If it's I know it's a holiday and all that, but yeah, we're scheduled to play.
Okay. Well, I was kind of looking at the stats. Look like y'all are struggling a little bit from the floor, 39%, and only 64% from the free throw line. But 30 rebounds a game. So there we go. Obviously, you're getting some of the offensive rebounds, I would say. I mean, are y'all shooting a lot of threes, or is it just?
We are.
Okay,
we're shooting a lot of threes. Yeah, we're shooting. I have some shooters. We're just trying to find some consistency. You know. Again, I'm starting all freshmen, so they're trying to get acclimated to the game, you know, and the speed of the game.
Yeah, a big step up.
Quicker releases and things like that, and just, you know, the plays and executing and reading and reacting. So, yeah, we're taking a lot of shots.
Yeah. But not like almost 10 assists a game. That's a great sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
Distributing's good.
Yeah, absolutely. That means you're sharing the basketball, so that's a good thing. No doubt.
We talked about that. We've been talking about that a lot too. You know, it's good with points and rebounds, but we've got to learn how to pass and distribute the ball as well.
One thing I wanted to ask you before we move on to more into the season, but I know you played at Birmingham Southern. I didn't realize you were on the first women's team.
Yes.
So, how are you feeling with the closure of the school? And I mean, that's got that's a big deal to be on you know, that's groundbreaking stuff there. And then now, of course, the school's not there.
Right. It's unfortunate. It was sad that it closed. Great memories there. Lots of memories made. And of course, you know, history of being on the first women's basketball team. You know, I hate that they couldn't, you know, find the funds or whatever it was, you know, the exact reason to keep it open. But, you know, like I said, I'm going to miss it. I have teammates. We still, you know, keep in contact with one another. And, you know, we try to get together when we can, you know. But unfortunately, it did close.
Wow. I mean, I just found it hard to believe that was their first women's team, year 2000. That's an old school.
Mm-hmm.
Been around for, 100+ years probably. That kind of blew my mind. So, but that's an awesome thing that you did get to participate in that and had to be really cool. So, no doubt.
Yes.
What about injury-wise right now? Are all the girls healthy? Young ladies healthy?
No, we got some nagging injuries. We have Jemiah Griffin. She's my second leading scorer. She's got a little nagging injury to her left knee, and that's kind of held her back. And the other ones, you know, growing and, you know, just, you know, hey, coach, I got this going on. I'm like, yeah, the game is much more physical. You know, you got to take some bumps and some hits and things like that. A couple of ankle injuries, but it's nothing that they can't play through, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Learning how to, you know, when we're not practicing, they're not in class or study hall. Hey, the training room needs to be their second home.
Yeah.
You know, just in their treatment, and you know they're having to get used to that. You know, icing and stimming and all that extra that it requires.
No doubt. Yep, that's how you stay on the court.
So how's recruiting
That's right.
going? How's recruiting going?
Well, as far as recruiting, I haven't done a lot of recruiting right now. Like I said, I have all these freshmen. I'm kind of looking and seeing. But I do know that next year I will be looking to add more post players, more height.
Okay.
I do know that for a fact. But as far as, you know, doing any offers, anything right now, I haven't done any of that.
Okay.
Do you think
it's a lot of teaching going on right? A lot of teaching going on.
I'm
right
sure.
now. I say that.
starting all freshmen.
Coming from a good teacher.
No, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, they couldn't have one. You know, they couldn't have one better. Well, talking about recruiting, do you think it helps a little bit now that NCAA is made it to where if you go to junior college, those 2 years don't go against your eligibility? Do you think that?
I think so.
Yeah, I would think that would help y'all, don't you? Yeah, don't you?
Yeah, that's gonna help great. You know, greatly, and then you know, the ones they don't feel like they've been penalized for something. You know, for going junior college. And you know, again, like I always say, I only have them for 2 years, and even with those 2 years, like I still see areas of improving and growth, you know, even if it's not skill-wise, but just, you know, mentally and intellectually and just socially, you know. So when they go up to the 4-year, they still have room and room to grow and develop. Let me just say that, develop as a player, student athlete.
Yeah, that's true. But I just thought, you know, there's a lot of things I don't agree with the way y'all saw going. I know y'all got that huge NIL kitty of all that money, all that money piled up. But that is one good thing that they've done. I think that will lead to more kids feeling like, you know, hey, let me go to this junior college, you know, learn, get acclimated to the game, and then, you know, and then academically, you know, you're knocking out a lot of classes, and you know, so that is a good thing. So
yeah. And even if they've been injured, you know, they don't feel like, oh man, I've lost time. But
Candace, this is Clint. You doing all right, girl?
What's going on, Clint? I'm good. How are you?
Good. First of all, I just want to let you know I know a post player that you need. I'll hit you up later about her.
Okay.
She's a good one. I'll give you my word, ma'am.
Is she 6'2" and taller?
She's 6 foot. I wouldn't say she's 6'2". She's 6 foot. 6'1".
I need 6'2". I need 6'2" and above.
I know.
Clint,
well,
what you got?
I got me, but I'm not a post player.
Hey, too bad his wife don't have no eligibility left.
She can't play.
I know that's right.
She can't play. Hey, I just want to tell you this, man. How's it been working with AJ? Has that been a pretty good transition for you guys down there at Calhoun?
It has been such a smooth transition working with AJ. You know, we're thankful for Dr. Nancy Keenum, for all that she did, you know, just getting us in and showing us the ropes and things like that. But having AJ coming from UAB, of course, he was at Wallace Huntsville before that, but coming from a 4-year and him putting in, hey, he's seeing new things that needs to be done, introducing us to new ways of doing things. It's just been easy. It's been an easy transition.
And bringing in new sports, too.
Yes, bringing in new sports. And just his vision, you know, he has shared his vision with us. And so we're all on board.
I just want to tell you, I know you probably already have one, but I got a guy. I know during this cold weather and rough weather, I know you guys are on a bus and it gets bad and it gets treacherous sometimes, but I know a guy that something would ever happen to y'all's bus driver, I think would do a great job of driving the team bus wherever y'all go. And that guy's name is Rod Byrd. Do you know him?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
You know, I'm just joking. I wouldn't let Rod, I would never put that on me. Willie Byrd, absolutely. Rod Byrd, never.
Neither one. We'll let Rod just kind of sit back and do the strength training, you know. But as far as driving that bus, no, buddy.
I bet that's awesome. Well, man, hey, listen, I hope y'all go in there and beat them, man. I sure do. I wish the best of luck for you guys.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And, you know, y'all can come out to some games. You know, again, it's free admission. And we play at 5 and our men play at 7. So just to have some local people to come support us would be great.
Awesome.
Well, you're back home on Thursday, right?
We got Bishop on Thursday.
Okay. Awesome. Do you still have the where you? I know the first couple of years you had kids that would come in and help. I guess be ball kids for the team. Are you still doing that kind of thing?
Yes, we are. Anybody that wants to come, you know, we'll put it out there again, but it's open to anyone who wants to come. Any of the kids, the TVBA or the youth league teams that would like to come and be ball girls or ball boys, we want them to come. And then afterwards, we take pictures with them and let them come into the locker room. The team talks to them and things like that.
And I know that new cheerleader squad they've got, that's kind of taking the burden off of you guys from cheering from the bench, too.
Yes. Hey, they are awesome. we have a great group of our cheer squad is great. Like I'm so happy that Dr. Hodges incorporated and brought that into our program. You know, everybody's not a basketball or volleyball player. You know, we do have students in the area that are great cheerleaders. So, you know, I'm happy that we brought that on to our program.
Yeah, because my sister was a cheerleader down there back in the day. So,
okay.
Back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so, you know, bringing all the cheer and soccer and
flag football.
Yeah.
What do you
We're
know?
going to need somewhere to go with all these people.
Do you know if is Thursday night like a special night? Because I know last week was a blackout night. You got anything going next week?
I'm not sure. I do know that the service area schools, let's see, Monday night was Madison City and Huntsville City schools that were also invited. And I want to say this coming Thursday, it may be either Decatur City, Morgan County. I'm not sure, but I do know that the superintendents have been invited and the schools have been invited.
That's great.
Good deal.
And the men's team has been doing like an honorary team member, and they had Bobby Shuttleworth as an honorary this past Thursday.
Yeah.
Wow. I haven't heard that name.
Yeah, just trying to get different people in. I had the game before that. I had one of the alumni players who played in 1996 to 98. Had her on as my coach, as an honorary coach. She was just inducted into the Lauderdale County Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Congratulations for her.
Yeah, so we'll be bringing those, incorporating those things also.
Well, it's cool to see y'all, including the community, and I mean that's how you grow it, and that's how you grow fan base and everything else. So,
yeah,
that's right.
It's hard to compete against high school sports around this area. There's so many things going on. So, but y'all are doing a great job of bringing everything in. So, good for y'all.
Thank you.
Well, Candace, we appreciate you joining us. Hey, good luck down there in Tuscaloosa Monday, and get that win, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hey, thank y'all so much for having me, and hey, that's the plan.
All right.
Hey, stay warm, too.
Y'all too. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, bye.
That was Candace Byrd, the ladies coach at Calhoun, joining us. We're going to take a quick break. You listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on the Big 1080 and the PAS Plus app.
If you have a question, comment, or idea for Tailgate Talk, you can email it to tailgatetalk@hotmail.com. Remember, you can always call or text us during the show at 256-812-1848. We'll be right back with more of Applebee's Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured. Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
P4 Therapy is an outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Now that you've got that new place on the water, BP Riverworks can finish the picture with a boathouse, dock, or seawall. Call Barron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks, licensed and insured, 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097.
Bring a little caffeination inspiration to your next event with Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens. Turn up the heat in these cooler months with their signature products, including a full coffee menu, white chocolate mocha, lattes, frappes, energy drinks, lemonades, and teas. Travelin' Tom's serves events of any size, concerts, neighborhood block parties, high school football games, you name it. Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens is sure to make any event a little sweeter. Visit Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens on Facebook or call them at 434-1734. Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens.
Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with a Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey guys, this is Max Howell. You listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about that action. 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 I said I'm all about that action.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here. And Applebee's here at the corner of 72 and 65, alongside our producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, Todd, the talent, the bod, and Coach Clint Legg. I am Jay Vassar, and join us here on the First National Bank Hotline, making the communities great, is the man that knows all, sees all. He's been everywhere this college football season. Now he's stuck over there in the ATL getting ready for a big game Monday night. AP, how you doing, brother?
Hey, gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk. It's a beautiful day. When you called me, the sun came out. So you got to call me. I'll text you a certain moment, and you must call me so the sun will come out.
There you go. So was you at the media scrum this morning, or are you just hanging out?
There this morning? Yeah. Was at the media days today. We spoke to the Ohio State people first. I have about 4 or 5 interviews. I'm going to be putting them up on my social media sites, and you can check all those interviews I've had at the Rose Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, for this national championship game. We'll be putting them up in the next 24 hours, the ones from today. So we got a chance to talk to Seth McLaughlin, the All-American center from Ohio State. I think folks have heard of him in Alabama.
Yeah. A little bit.
Riley Leonard, quarterback from Fairhope High School in Alabama. Some people have heard of him. We spoke to him. We spoke to the tight end from Notre Dame, the great safety there, Xavier Watts. Spoke to some linemen from Ohio State. We talked to the two kickers. Mitch Jeter, the transfer from South Carolina to Notre Dame, had the game-winning field goal against Penn State in that Orange Bowl. So we had some nice interviews, and people can check them out on our YouTube page and Facebook page links and Instagram. So, take a look.
What about, did you run into an Alabama legend, Mr. Howard Cross, yet?
We spoke to Howard Cross III.
Yes.
Matter of fact. I'm glad you brought that up. And Howard Cross was a guest on my show this week.
Nice.
Howard Cross. So the dad was a guest on my show. We spoke to Howard Cross III, All-American, matter of fact, 2 years in a row.
Yes.
So very successful, yeah.
So how do you see the game playing out?
Well, Ohio State has the roster, the best roster in America. They have 2 excellent running backs, a sensational wide receiver, a very good wide receiver, and a good wide receiver, an excellent, very good quarterback, Will Howard. Those are the offensive people. So you have many options. You have G. Scott Jr., we spoke to him, the tight end as well. He's a force. So unless Ohio State gives the ball to Notre Dame, give them short field or something, Ohio State should win the game. Now, I like Notre Dame. I've seen them play against Army up at Yankee Stadium. They have a good defense. Marcus Freeman came into an era where you can acquire talent and get up to par with the speed in the secondary and other places. Riley Leonard, good quarterback, can make yards with those long legs. Solid leader, excellent teammate. What's his name? Love. Love is that good running back. Can take it 80 yards short, but Notre Dame, the team would probably drive the ball on you. But they have an excellent team.
Yeah.
Notre Dame. I like that.
Go ahead, Clint.
AP, I'm just going to say this to everybody listening. We talk about Shedeur Sanders. We talk about the kid from Miami being the top 2 quarterbacks in the draft. You want to talk about a winner? You want to talk about a kid built for the NFL? To me, the kid from Ohio State is that dude. He'll go late rounds, and I think he'll make it. Ohio State's quarterback. I forget the kid's name.
Will Howard.
6'3". Will Howard.
6'3", 240. I mean, he looks the part.
He's big.
I really
He's
like
big.
him.
I think he's 6'5" or so. But
Yes, sir.
I had an interesting conversation with both Riley Leonard and Will Howard in Louisiana at the Manning Passing Academy. And Will, I noticed right off, he smiled. He embraced the fact that we're playing for the national championship, and he said it with confidence and not air cockiness. But I just liked his attitude about coming in from Kansas State as a transfer. He knew there was talent on the team, and that was the goal. And they had some hiccups along the way, a couple of them, matter of fact. But here they are in the championship game as the favorite, and they're the number 18 on that college football ranking through the selection committee, and Notre Dame's number 7. So I like Ohio State's chances. But, yeah, those other two quarterbacks you mentioned, I mean, they're fine and dandy, but let's make one thing clear. Those teams did not play for conference championships. Nor did Ohio State. But people were mentioning those two quarterbacks all year, and you're telling me they're great and all these things. And you had the Heisman Trophy winner and catching 90 passes, averaging 12 yards a catch like a tight end, and tell me he's great. And then you lose to a team like Nebraska, who got beat by Indiana by 56-7. So I don't know. I trust my eyes and ears. They don't sound great to me.
Like you said, AP, what I trust is in the biggest moments in these last few games that kid's played in against Tennessee, against Tech, he's really responded. And he's led the team and done a great job.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. He sure has. And remember now, Kirk Herbstreit was knocking Indiana right away, immediately. And what happened? Indiana loses by 10 points. That's one of the smaller margins of a defeat in that playoff. And Tennessee is up in Columbus, Ohio, loses by 25. Indiana lost by 23 in Columbus. So you tell me, all these experts, what they know, and you don't know.
Yeah, good point.
And it also didn't hurt Ohio State finding the next coming of Julio Jones to play wide receiver.
Yes. That's right. He reminds me of Julio. Glad you brought up. I know Julio since he's 16. I know Jeremiah and his dad, Christopher. And Julio was quiet. He observes, but he's observing you. And Jeremiah the same way, doesn't say much, not worried about his catches, worried about the W, helping his team, contributing. And that's what I like about Jeremiah, besides his athletic ability and his talents and skill.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I think Ohio State's around an 8.5-point favorite.
Correct.
I don't think it'll be that close, but, that's why you play the game. You never
That's why you play the game.
know.
Turnovers.
Yeah,
that
absolutely. And Notre Dame,
not round.
Yeah, and Notre Dame's done really well on the turnover ratio this year for them. So
that's right. That's right.
That's a big deal.
So is Jeremiah Love? Is he still hobbled a little bit with that knee, or is he ready to go? I know he played well.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I knew he played well against in the semifinal game. I know they said he wasn't going to wear the brace, but he looked like he wasn't at a full speed,
Right. We'll find out. I mean, maybe they inject him with something. I don't know, but he's going to give it his best. I mean, who wouldn't? Notre Dame hasn't been here in a very long time. Be the first championship since 1988 for the Fighting Irish. So, but they have other good players. If you block, they have capable running backs making yards, and they'll drive the field on you. Go to that tight end, throw those receivers. Riley will make some yards, running the ball. Ohio State's got some good edge rushers. They're challenged Notre Dame. Notre Dame doesn't have one of their linemen. I think is it the left tackle possibly?
Uh-huh.
But hey, you play the next play. They're on scholarship, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, well, you brought them in. You thought they were valuable.
And how is it that Marcus Freeman's coaching against his alma mater? That's awesome, man.
Yes, very interesting. Yeah, they like him. He's young at heart and age, and he relates to the players. And right away, as soon as I asked the players about Marcus Freeman, big smile came to their face.
Awesome.
They like playing for him, 100%.
All right, AP, we appreciate you joining us, but hey, good luck. Have a good time over in ATL. We're looking forward to the interviews, and we'll see you out there on the field. I know we will after the game.
Oh yeah.
We'll do our best as always. Yeah. We don't give excuses. We don't accept them. We do our best.
There you go, buddy. Safe travels. Have a good time, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.
All right. That's AP Steadham joining us live from the ATL, getting ready for the national championship game. We're going to take a quick break. You listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on the Big 10 and 80 and the PAS Plus app.
Tailgate Talk is on Facebook. Just search for Applebee's Tailgate Talk, like our page, and post your questions, comments, or ideas for the show. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back on 1080 WKAC.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens. Your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
What is community? I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Hadley Madison from East Limestone High School. And to me, community is supporting those who connect us. First National Bank proudly supports our neighbors, businesses, schools, and organizations that make Limestone County a great place to live and to work. First National Bank, making communities great. Member FDIC.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
For screen printing, sign printing, banners, logo design, and more, look no further than That Shirt Printing Place. Located at 709 North Jefferson Street in Athens. Call 256-444-1827. That Shirt Printing Place. Visit them online at thatshirtprintingplacellc.com. Look for them on Facebook too. That Shirt Printing Place. 256-444-1927. That Shirt Printing Place.
PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action Sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clemens sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
Hey, this is Will Johnson, head football coach at East Limestone, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Excuse me. Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We're live here at Applebee's in 72 and 65, and join us now on the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great, is the James Clemens wrestling coach, Coach Kevin Pecor. Coach, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, we're great, man. We're sitting here at Applebee's eating a little bit, watching a little basketball, and talking to you.
There you go. It's a good morning.
So where you at today?
We are at the Grissom High School Rumble in the Jungle Scramble wrestling tournament.
Nice. Who else competing today?
We got us. It is Hartsel, Florence, Randolph. The Huntsville and Bob Jones B teams are here because they're competing in the state duels.
Okay.
So their varsity is not here. Grissom's here. So I mean, it's a pretty good little tournament. I mean, it's been kind of the last couple of years since Alabama went to having a dual state tournament. You've seen kind of the late December, January. What month is this? January. Yeah. The January tournaments start to get a little watered down as the better teams start to keep their kids out for the state duels.
So what's the difference between a duels and just like a regular tournament?
So for the state duels, it is like any other sport where you have one team versus another team. And then for an individual tournament, you enter your 14 kids. They're put into a bracket, and the best kid comes out on top. Each kid has the ability to score points in the tournament. So a dual tournament is going to show you who has the best depth top to bottom. And then an individual tournament is going to show you who's got the best individuals.
because the better your kid is, the more points they're going to score.
So the state tournament is just the ultimate state tournament. That's a duals deal.
So there is a dual state championship and there is an individual state championship.
Okay.
In wrestling, in wrestling we call it a duals championship and a traditional championship. A traditional tournament is 16 to 32 individuals in a bracket, duking it out to see who comes out on top.
Okay, because I know I'd see state duals championship, and then a week later or something, then there's a state tournament. I was like, I thought they just had the state tournament.
Yeah, so I mean, it's good because you got some teams. Some teams they're solid top to bottom. They don't have anybody that's like lights out, but they're just a solid dual team, and they can be very successful. And then you've got the other teams that has 5 studs on it, and they're just going to roll through a tournament.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So is the season kind of winding down, Coach? Because it seemed like state's pretty soon.
Yeah, the state championships is 1 month from today. The state finals is 1 month from today. And then 1 month and 1 day from today is Daytona 500. So
count it down.
Not that anyone's counting.
Yeah.
So do they still have the regionals at Civic Center? Is that what it is? Or is that the state?
So that's the state tournament. The BBC hosts the state tournament. The state qualifier is held at the Birmingham Crossplex.
Okay.
And then the South, because in wrestling they've got it divided in the North and the South. So the North does their state qualifier at the Crossplex, and then the South does theirs in Montgomery.
So how?
At some conventions.
Okay, how have your guys been doing today?
We've been doing pretty good. I mean, we've got some young guys. We got a couple of guys out with injuries, but for the most part, I mean, our horses are running, and our ponies are turning into horses.
There we go.
We were talking to Clay Coleman earlier, and he said he was telling about his son T-Bone being injured, but his youngest son got his first win today.
He did. I tell you, man, that when a kid gets their first win, like I try to tell him, like, dude, it's a better high than because it's a weird feeling, like the fact that you just beat another man in a physical competition. So I mean, it's just it hits a lot different than like a team sport where you may have been playing left field and the ball never came to you, but your team won. Here, I mean, wrestling, if you win, it's all on you, and if you lose, it's all on you.
Yeah, that's true.
And I tell you what, the first kid gets his first pin, like that feeling, if they can tap into that, dude, you got them hooked.
Oh, there we go. I was off there. Yeah, and that's what's cool about, any individual sport like that, whether it be tennis, golf, whatever, but wrestling is more unique because it is so physical. I mean, it's like you just say it like, I just beat that dude. I put my hands on him or her, whatever, and I beat them. And I don't know. I can't. I could never imagine that feeling because I couldn't wait for fifth grade.
Well, they didn't have wrestling at East when you was there.
No, but it wouldn't have mattered. I would have not.
I would have seen. I loved seeing you at the wrestling.
Yeah, you wouldn't have. I don't have that much dedication. That's one of those things where you have to do so much. I mean, you're doing it as a team, but still you've got to put so much, cutting weight and all that stuff on yourself.
Well, I mean, that's what I had a kid.
Very disciplined. Yeah.
When I was in Tennessee, I had a kid who. He was he was on state championship football team. He was starting offensive lineman, big dude, and he wrestled for me for 2 years. And after that second year, he's like, "Coach, I can't do it anymore." It's like going out there by myself every time. Like I can't do it anymore. I just mentally can't do it. I said, "Dude, you're starting on a state championship football team. Everybody's looking at you every Friday night for an hour." He's like, "Yeah, but there's 10 other dudes out there, Coach." I'm like, "Dude, okay."
Well, I mean, have you been there for quite a while? Have you found it through the years? Do you find it harder to find those individuals that are willing to put in that kind of effort and put themselves out there like that?
Man, so initially, yes, but what I have seen, like in this junior or senior class, the last 4 years, probably, realistically coming out of COVID, is I have seen there's a lot of young guys that want to test themselves. like there has been like a mindset change in the young dudes in and around Madison, at least, where it's like, I want to push myself and test myself to see, like, what am I actually made of? So it's been cool watching these guys, like testing themselves and want to test themselves. It's like, do I measure up? Because I think that's what a lot of young dudes is, just do I measure up?
Well, if you want to find out the way how you measure up, this will be the way to do it, no doubt.
For sure.
For sure, yeah. And
how many kids do you have on the roster?
Right now we've got like 31, 32.
Wow, that's awesome, dude. Good for you.
How many seniors you got, Coach?
We got 9 seniors.
Okay.
So we got 9 seniors. A couple of them are first-year dudes that, their friends wrestled throughout the years, and they're like, hey, I just want to give it one shot to see if I can do it my senior year. And like, yes, come on out. I was like, man, you picked a very difficult sport.
No kidding to jump on board.
I was like, bowling is we're area champs in bowling. Maybe you want to do bowling or tennis or something like that. It's a tough sport to try your first time, especially as a senior wrestling against kids who've been wrestling for 8 years.
Yes. Yeah, it's not something you just pick up.
No.
God bless them for wanting to try, though. But you know what? Hats off to you and your staff, too. I mean, those are great numbers. I mean, to have that many kids out. So, a lot of that's a testament to y'all and y'all's ability to be able to get them out there, and keep them once they're there.
Well, I mean, we've had the last couple of years, we've been able to develop a really good relationship with Coach Edwards at Liberty and Coach McGee with, at JC. They've been really good about, kind of encouraging kids to do wrestling. Where I've been at schools where the football coach was, the biggest opponent of kids. We're going to stay in the weight room and get stronger. I was like, Coach, your guy's 4'2". Like, I don't think if he can bench press 500 pounds, that's not going to help him as an offensive lineman. We've had some football coaches that have been friends of the program. Shannon Brown at Liberty is a huge friend of the program. Dr. Donaldson at JC. So, having an admin, having football coaches, having other sports coaches that are pushing kids to come out has been really helpful.
So, Coach, I'm sorry, Tim.
Well, I was going to say, have you gotten to talk to the new football coach, the incoming football coach there?
I met him very briefly when he had his press conference. I met him real briefly before that. And so we haven't had a chance to talk. But he's coming from a 7A program. And so, he kind of knows just because you're 7A doesn't mean that, everybody's doing sports specialization. So we do a pretty good job at JC of sharing athletes.
So, Coach, a lot of your kids, did they start out in youth wrestling and just kept going up to the high school rank?
Not so. With a lot of them, of the 32, I'd say maybe 5 of them realistically did youth wrestling. The overwhelming majority of them, they started wrestling for me in 7th grade. So, they started 7th grade. It is much more to their advantage to start in kids club just because it's more time under tension, more wrestling. But that's one of the things that we're trying to get going at JC is having drawing a circle around the elementary schools that feed into JC and really hammering and trying to get a kids club program off the ground because that's the difference maker at the 7A level.
Yeah.
I imagine.
What's in Montel? It does a great job over here at Athens with North Alabama Elite, feeding those kids into Athens. So, yeah, that'd be great. Y'all can get that going over at JC as well.
Yeah, realistically, it's you go from being a team to a program where kids are, you got little kids that aspire to be, those kids on Saturday afternoon, Saturday night at state championships.
Yep, that's where it starts.
Now, we were looking forward to doing the Wingmen podcast from out there at the baseball field when you first started.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is 2 years where my heart's been broken by weather. It's one of those things where we could have started it the week before, and the Friday before was beautiful, perfect. But the guys from football weren't ready. So it's one of those things that one of these days everything's going to come together, and it's going to be an awesome experience on the baseball field.
Hey, how do you fit in with them dudes? Them guys, Johnny and Bradley, they're a couple of dudes there. How you fit in with them?
Oh, we have a good time. I mean, realistically, all three of us, we see each other in the teachers in the office before school starts, and there's joking and messing around. So it's all good because it's fun. There's never a dull moment.
Oh, that was one of our most fun episodes was when you came out there and was on that the Wingman podcast.
I got to get over. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry.
No, it was great. I mean, I loved it. So my wife thought it was great. Everybody, I was getting texts from people like, "Hey," I'm like, man, okay. It was fun.
I got to get over the walk-ons. I've heard it was real good. I ain't had a chance to get over it yet. So no,
it's good food. It's good.
I may have to slide in over one night and jump into the podcast with you guys.
Dude, that bread pudding with the made from Krispy Kreme donuts, man, it'll give you diabetes, but hot dog is good.
I was gonna say, if you already have it, that'd put you in a sugar coma or something. No doubt.
Oh yeah.
So, how's the rest of the afternoon look for y'all as far as how many more matches?
Realistically, I'd say we've probably got about 4 more hours of wrestling here. Okay. And what's good about this particular tournament is that in the auxiliary gym and their small gym, you've got the 7th, 8th, and 9th graders that are wrestling. And in the big gym, you've got the high schoolers that are wrestling. And so it's always fun for this particular tournament, seeing the middle school guys run out to watch the high school guys wrestle, the high school guys run in to watch the middle school guys wrestle. And so this is a good tournament for the two teams to really kind of bond and feed off each other.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us. Good luck the rest of the day. And I know Tim will have you back on pretty soon. We'll get where you can get ready for them state regionals and the tournament as well.
All right, I look forward to it.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. It's Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Coach Kevin Pecor. He's the wrestling coach at James Clemens. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on the Big 1080 WKAC and the PAS Plus app.
You can help Limestone County student athletes by donating to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. Send it in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613, or make it in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. We'll be back with Tailgate Talk after this. Are you getting the propane service you deserve? At Ferguson LP Gas in Ardmore, you always get the most value for your dollar, professional gas personnel who make safety a high priority, and you can always get in touch with them any day of the year at any time. They accept Visa and MasterCard too. So if you're not happy with your present propane supplier, join the many who have made the switch. Give Ferguson LP Gas in Ardmore a call at 256-423-3320. While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook, the Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell, there when things things go wrong, here to help life go right. If your place on the water needs some attention, call BP Riverworks. Boathouses, docks, seawalls, and repairs. Call Baron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks. Licensed and insured 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097. Now on a platform near you, the only year-round weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Freak Havoc podcast. News, interviews, and more. Dropping every Thursday, we'll just reek of the Huntsville Havoc. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and listen, follow, and subscribe on your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app and online at wreakinhavoc.com.
Hello, this is Paul Spivey, former Alabama Crimson Tide running back, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
All right, welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We just got a few minutes left. Just want to touch up on the Monday starts the Limestone County basketball tournament at Elkmont. I know middle school and JV games start Monday morning, afternoon. I think Lucy and them play at 2 o'clock.
Don't know, Jay.
Okay.
I know the county tournament starts on Monday.
I seen a bracket, and I think it said that they play at 2 o'clock in the old gym. So,
all right, they probably do. They ain't done too good.
I may have to ride up there and check. I ain't seen her play all year, so I may have to ride up there and check her out and play. And of course, we'll be out there Saturday afternoon, evening doing the girls and boys game. I think the girls game is supposed to start around 3:30, maybe 4. It depends on how the award ceremonies and all that go. So. Should be a great time. The county tournament always is. Packed house, wherever you have it.
Yeah. Elkmont will do a great job hosting it. It's a good location and nice gym, and everybody will have a big time. Kind of up for grabs, really.
Yeah.
The boys, let's be honest, East should win.
Yeah.
They're the biggest school, so.
And I agree with what you said, man. I also agree with, I think the girls, I think East is really good. In Limestone County, East is really good. Ardmore's playing real well. Those two teams are really good. And, you never can tell. It's county tournament time, guys.
Yeah.
West could figure it out. Clemens could figure it out and play pretty good. But it's a community bonder, if you will.
Yeah, big family reunions, basically.
Yeah, it is. Well, and you've got so many, this guy grew up at East, but now him and his family live in Elkmont, and these people went to Elkmont, but now they're living in Ardmore, and those Ardmore people might be, living in Tanner, like you said. Yeah. So then now you come together, and even though your kids are playing at this school, you went to the school they're playing that night, and and it's, I don't know, it's always just kind of a cool thing.
It's like Leighton Smith played at Elkmont last year. He's at West.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm gonna say this again, guys. In front of our bus garage, there's 50-something acres. The city and county need to have a joint venture and buy it and create and build a civic center.
Wouldn't that be cool?
With a park in there for everything and host stuff like this county tournament, where it's I wouldn't say a central location, but really it is.
It's pretty central.
Well, and Tim's been over there. What about the size of the event center they got at A&M? That should be about right size, wouldn't it, Tim? Well, how much does that hold, do you think?
Oh, good grief. It's a lot. I don't know what their capacity is, but, they have the ACCC tournament there.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, it's bigger than Wallace, then.
At
least.
Speaking of,
I don't know. It may be about the same.
Okay.
Speaking of Wallace, KK signs at Wallace on Wednesday afternoon at 1:30 in the gym.
Awesome.
And we're all tickled and happy for her, and she'll get to play basketball at Wallace State, reunite with old teammate Leah Childress down there.
Yeah. And it's close enough where you can go down and watch her play.
Man, and it's a great historical venue in there, man.
Yeah, it is.
Really sweet, really nice. And like you said, man, now she can stay there and do what she wants to and figure it out and stay 4 years if you want to.
Yep.
And I know this is all fine and dandy, guys, and we talk about how it's better. It's not better for young kids trying to get to that spot. If you have a junior or senior girl or boy, let's say baseball player, he wants to play baseball in college. They're going to take your son coming out in high school, or they're going to take the 19, 20-year-old dude at Calhoun or Wallace or wherever. They're going to take him.
Yeah.
So once again, the young kids are pushed back.
That's true.
And I don't like that idea. I guess we all say I'm old school Athens, and I wish Athens would stayed the same.
Yeah, well,
it's like I wish.
No, I'm with you on that.
And the COVID just knocked off.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already behind from that.
Going back to your point too, I mean, there are good and bad things involved in that. With the 2 years not going towards, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to say, like, look, you've got, I don't know, I think 6 years is too much, but you got 6 years. All the academics have been pushed out. You've got 6 years to graduate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's got to be. You can't have kids going to school for 8 or 9 years, for goodness sakes.
What about an age limit?
Or an age limit.
There you go.
You can't have a 24-year-old out there playing against a 17-year-old. I mean, it's gotten so, like, I wanted to ask AP, but it just wasn't really the time. I'm curious how and what, like, does Notre Dame have an NIL collective? I've never heard. Well, do they have a pile of money they pay kids? Are their academic standards still way high like they used to be? Or
hey, man, if you think academic standards are high, look at the dudes Vandy bought in.
Yeah.
Well, them guys ain't. I bet you none of those cats,
They're
man,
not gonna be
went to school at Vandy.
And just think, Notre Dame wins Monday night, that $20 million goes right to them. They ain't got to split it with nobody.
And that's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. We'll bring it up next week because we got to take a break. But you're exactly right. They got to get in the conference.
So for Coach Clint Lay, Todd DeBond, the talent, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, I'm Jay Vassar. We got to get out of here. Tim's giving me the thing. But thanks for joining us for Applebee's.
What?
The finger.
The finger.
As usual.
And we'll talk to you next week. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.